Seen this before, but we're going to get to see it this morning. Now, this is exclusively available on Disney Plus from Disney branded television and 20th television. Exactly a woo for that. Thank you very much indeed. And how old are we? We've got a lot of young people here. Anyone who's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Yeah, I love how happy you are about your age. I would love to be your age again. Sadly, I am not, but we are very, very happy because this is the premiere and it's something to get massively excited about. Very shortly, we're going to be bringing out some very important guests. 2 people who helped make the film and 3 people who are, or the series rather, and 3 people who are in it. Now, if you are in this room, it means you are one of 2 things. You are either very important or a legend. You are a legend because you were invited here. So give yourselves a round of applause if you're basically a legend. And then to all the important people from Disney. Now, I know we think of Disney and we may think of one part of the world, but people are all over the world from Disney. And we're going to give a special round of applause to 3 people without whom this series would not have been made. So if we give a special round of applause, the executive producers. Have a woo for executive producers? Exactly, indeed. We have just the guys over that, you've just about seen them there. We have Dan Schatz, we have John Steinberg, and we have James Bowen. Round of applause for those guys. Now, by the way, this is the energy that we like. In this room, amazing acoustics. So before we bring out our very special guest, we're going to remind ourselves of what noise looks and sounds like. So there are 3 keys to it. There is the voice, there's the clap, and there is the stomp. So, just with your voices, Odeon Cinema, make some noise. That's what we want. Now, just with your hands, no mouth, no feet, round of applause, Odeon Cinema. The hand goes down, we're going to stop. We'll go again. Round of applause. Yes, you guys are good. And finally, we have the stomp. So no hands, no voice. Odeon Cinema, let's hear your stomp. Now that is the decision maker. That's the game changer right there. Because when we put all 3 of those together, it is a cacophony of sound the likes of which we've never heard before. So, without further ado, Odeon Cinema, let's stomp, let's cheer, let's clap, make some noise! Yes, that is what we want. So, we're going to keep that applause going as we welcome to the stage 5 very important people. When we welcome anyone to the Odeon Cinema stage, this is the home of every single Hollywood superstar you can ever think of. The premiere happened right here in London. There's a lot of history here, so let's not let them down. Let's welcome to the stage the person that created the book, the person who's co-executive produced this fantastic series. Give it up for Rick Riordan. Give it up for Becky. Give it up for Scobell. Give it up for Leah. Simhadro, Jeffries, and finally, Aryan and Simhadro. Please come all the way along here, Rick. Absolutely awesome to talk to you all. Guys, welcome to London. First of all, Rick, I'm going to come to yourself first. When I was a young person, a long time ago, when I was in school, I had some cool school teachers, but nobody went from a school teacher to making a book and then a TV series. How has that journey been for you?
A little unreal, I have to say. Yeah, I mean, there will be a quiz after the show, by the way, so I hope you're all prepared. Yeah, no, I taught year 6, and I was always told by my students that you should write, Mr. Riordan, some of these stories down. And I was writing for adults at the time, and I told them they could not read my books because there was bad language in them. And of course, then they went out right away and started underwriting the bad words and whatnot. But they were right. I should have been writing children's books all along. And Percy Jackson came out of that. And I'm so pleased to be here again with you.
Well, we're very pleased to have you here. Sorry, now, Rebecca, you have a double role here. Because not only are you one of the exec producers of the series, but many, many moons ago, if it weren't for you, this wouldn't have been made. Can you explain how that happened?
The TV show.
In terms of your son.
Yes. Our boy hated he would hide under the table, he hated it. And one semester at school, he had to dress up like a Greek god. and he loved it. And so he asked his father, who was teaching Greek myths in school, to his students, can you tell me some of the stories? And what happened was Rick ran out. And Haley was going to have none of that. You have to make up a new story just for me. So Rick trotted out one of his lesson plans that he would have his students do. What Greek god would you be, or would you want as a parent? And what would your powers be if you were their child? And so Rick made this story up about Percy Jackson. And so here we are today.
We are very grateful for it. And the stars of the show. So walk Scobell, I'm going to talk to yourself first too. Now there's a rule if you're going to act in a new series, you have to have curly hair. As we can see, that's rule number one. What was it like playing Percy?
It's weird, you know? I mean, I've been looking at his face in the back of the book cover for like 5 years.
Sorry about that.
No, but it's just like, I've been thinking about this since I was a kid, so I finally get to like do it, you know what I mean? I've had a Camp Apple t-shirt since I was in 3rd grade. I wore it to the audition where Rick told me I got the part.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Leah, in terms of yourself, what's the audition process like? What was the call like when you got told you're going to play Annabeth in Percy Jackson and the Olympians?
Of course you would ask me that question. Okay, it's not a bad thing, I promise you, because you're not going to believe what my expression was. So literally, basically, I was like, and I'm going to make it long story short. Basically, I was coming home from school, and my mother, she was like letting me like get whatever I wanted. She was like, yeah, you know, go shop or whatever and stuff, girl, you got this and stuff. But she already knew, I didn't know. So when she was saying it, I was like, are you okay? Do you have a fever? Are you all right? You know, like, why are you just letting me do this? So then, you know, we went inside the store, went to go get some stuff. After that, we came back in the car. Before we got in the car, she was like, okay, you know, we have to get on the phone call. I was like, okay. We get in the car. I look behind me and I hear something. Why was there people in the back of my car? Like, it was like my family members. And I was like, what are you guys doing here? And so I'm like, where'd you even come from? And then they started pulling their phones up and stuff. And I didn't even know that they knew at the time. So they were like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm about to get embarrassed or something. We called the people, my managers, my agency and stuff are on the phone. They're like, hey Leah, so remember that audition that you know, auditioned for a while ago, called something. And I was like, yeah. She's like, well, you know, you didn't get that part. I was like, are you serious? Like, oh, okay, thank you. And then I looked behind, I was like, is that what you guys were recording? Anyway, that's why I thought I was embarrassed for her. Then she's like, but remember Percy Jackson? I was like, yeah. And then she was like, well, you got the part for Annabeth and Percy Jackson. And I was like, oh, thanks. I was like, you know, thanks. I was like, that's really great and stuff, because I was still like thinking about like how they just like said I didn't get a part. I was like, you still have me like traumatized from like me being excited. So like, you know, any long story short though, I still went home and I started doing my homework. And I was like, you know what, Dad, I have homework and stuff, you know, I play with my dog and things. Totally forgot just about like I got a whole part for like one of the most biggest things ever and stuff. But then it didn't really hit me until I actually went there, got to experience everything and stuff, which is great, thank you. But yeah, that's it.
You can see why Leah got the role of Annabeth. I think it's fair to say. And Aryan, one theme that Leah mentioned a number of times there, school. So how long were you filming for, and how did you do school at this point?
Well, we were filming for, I believe, 8 to 10 months, and we were lucky enough to have two or three incredible teachers on set. One of them stepped out, and we got a replacement. His name is Sat. I have no idea how he put up with us for that long. The like the torture he went through just having to teach us, but they were all wonderful. And we would sit out because, you know, we're minors, so we do have to do school. We would get like a few hours every day to just, you know, sit in the schoolroom and work, and then they would call us back on the set after like we had had our break.
Guys, it's great to talk to you. Just very quickly, one sentence from each of you. How would you sum up your characters in this? A number of people may have read the books, but haven't obviously seen the TV series yet. So, how would you, Walker, describe your character Percy?
That's a good question. I don't think there's one word that can that can sum up his entire character, but I'm just gonna go sarcastic.
Nice. We like that in the UK. We like a little bit of sarcasm. And then, Leah, what about yourself, Annabeth, in one sentence?
Oh, you said one sentence?
Once, even if it's 4 words, whichever you want. You can be efficient.
See, I do one sentence, thank you. But I would say Annabeth is a person who's strong, she's fierce, she's independent, and she is a girl who is caring. Might not show it, but yeah.
Thank you. And you've tantalized our taste buds there, by the way. And finally, Aryan, what about Grover?
Grover is kind of the protector of the group, but he still has his own stuff to prove. He's on his own journey, but he's trying to hold the group together and make sure Annabeth and Percy get along.
We cannot wait to see. So we're about to see the first 2 episodes of this brand new series. Can we please give these guys a massive round of applause as they step on stage? Rick, Rebecca, Walter, Leah and Aryan, guys, please get that way. And we're back off stage. It is safe to say we're going to have a fantastic morning / afternoon here. Now there's one person on this stage who I didn't give a formal introduction to. Madam, what's your name?
Hello, my name's Jackie.
Now, Jackie is a signer, as we can tell. Very, very important. Jackie performs BSL, British Sign Language. So everything I've been saying, hopefully, Jackie has been communicating via sign. Now, we're going to put it to the test here, because my name is Jackie, and I'm the greatest signer in the history of all signing. And I think that's exactly what she just said there. So, round of applause to Jackie! Thank you very much. And as for us here, all that is left to say, in just a few moments' time, we're going to see 2 fantastic episodes. You can see on the stage there, we have the handle at Disney Plus UK. If you'd like to give a review afterwards, we'd love to hear it. It's simply at Disney Plus UK, and the hashtag, although it doesn't say it right there, is hashtag Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the title of the series. A little bit of housekeeping. We can see a lot of you got your phones out. That is amazing for right now, but once it actually begins, we'd ask you to put your phones down and not to record anything like you would normally do in the cinema, unless you're from Wolverhampton like me, when it's a little bit more of a regular theme. However, for us here, are we excited to get the first 2 episodes underway of Percy Jackson The Olympians? Have an amazing afternoon. You're in for an absolute treat. The popcorn is blue. That blew my mind. So we're in for a really good time. Guys, give yourselves a round of applause. And just once more, for Percy Jackson and the Olympians, this is the official premiere.